31 Body language signs a guy likes you but is trying not to show it. It is often said that a man's body language speaks volumes about him, even if he doesn't explicitly voice his thoughts and feelings. Fortunately, if your significant other finds it challenging to express emotions beyond sports, his mannerisms and gestures involving his hands, legs, feet, eyes, and every other part of his body while conversing with you can provide insight into whether he has strong feelings for someone other than his sports idols. Unconscious signals conveyed through body language can be remarkably revealing. By observing how a guy moves and behaves in your presence, you can gain a glimpse into his thoughts or gauge the level of his interest in you. Particularly during the early stages of a new relationship when initiating the define the relationship conversation might seem daunting, paying attention to these cues can serve as confirmation that your guy is genuinely infatuated with you. 1. His breathing is relaxed. A man's relaxed and slow-paced breathing signifies that he feels at ease and can genuinely be himself in your presence. According to a relationship expert and psychotherapist, this is an encouraging indication, as men value a sense of comfort around their partners. 2. He has clammy hands. If you notice that his palms are slightly sweaty while you're taking a leisurely walk together, it could indicate that he's feeling not just physically warm but also nervous. This nervousness may stem from his interest in you and the desire to avoid any missteps or mistakes. According to experts, feeling nervous can actually be a positive sign, as it suggests that he cares about making a good impression and values your connection. 3. He inadvertently grazes or touches you. When he unintentionally brushes against your hand or repeatedly taps your foot under the table, it signifies a positive form of physical contact. These actions indicate his desire to be physically close to you. It's a promising sign that he seeks proximity and is comfortable with physical touch, as it demonstrates his attraction and interest in being intimately connected with you. 4. He plays with his necktie. In moments of nervousness, individuals often find themselves instinctively touching the exposed area where the neck meets the collarbones as a way to comfort themselves. For men, this area coincides with the knot of their neckties. Therefore, when a man is genuinely interested in a woman and finds himself bothered by it, he may unconsciously fiddle with his necktie as a self-soothing gesture. 5. He stumbles over his words. When a typically confident and charismatic individual suddenly finds themselves stumbling over their words, it indicates nervousness in your presence. If you notice that he struggles to articulate his thoughts and becomes somewhat awkward, despite being the life of the party in other situations, it could be a strong indication of his interest in you. This change in behavior suggests that you have a significant impact on him, leaving him momentarily flustered and finding it difficult to express himself effectively. 6. His face gets flushed, and not because it's warm. When an individual develops strong feelings for someone, it can trigger a stress response, resulting in the release of adrenaline that may cause facial flushing. However, it's essential to consider other factors before jumping to conclusions. For instance, ensure that the flushed face is not simply a result of hot weather or the consumption of multiple alcoholic beverages. Contextual factors play a significant role in interpreting such physical reactions, so it's important to consider the overall situation before reading too much into facial flushing. 7. He stands inches from you when you're face to face. Whether you're waiting in line at a restaurant, riding a subway car, or bidding farewell, there's an undeniable urge for him to be in close proximity to your face. He doesn't shy away from physical closeness and expresses his desires in a respectful manner, without crossing any boundaries. This behavior strongly suggests that he desires to maximize the closeness between the two of you, indicating a strong attraction and a desire to be intimately connected. 8. His pupils are huge. Whether you find yourself in a dimly lit environment or notice this subtle sign, it indicates that he is attracted to you. The phenomenon of pupil dilation is a natural response of the brain when it perceives something it likes or feels drawn to. This involuntary reaction signifies his genuine interest and attraction towards you. 9. His eyebrows raise up when he sees you. If a man is attracted to you and captivated by your appearance from the moment he lays eyes on you, his desire for more of your presence becomes evident. One noticeable sign is the widening of his eyes, accompanied by a slight raise of his eyebrows. This indicates his genuine interest and intrigue. Moreover, it also signifies that he is genuinely interested in what you have to say, demonstrating active engagement in the conversation. 10. He shows you his front teeth when he smiles. Typically, males tend to exhibit a particular style of smiling until around the age of 5, unless they are experiencing great happiness. During casual flirting, a man may not necessarily flash a wide, toothy grin. However, on a genuinely enjoyable date where he is having a fantastic time, keep an eye out for his teeth. When he feels genuinely happy, he won't hide it and may openly display a joyful, unabashed smile, revealing his teeth without reservation. 11. He smiles above the mouth. Authentic smiles go beyond the confines of the mouth. They also involve the uplifting of the forehead and the presence of slightly squinty eyes. When a man's smile encompasses his entire face, it signifies that you are genuinely impacting him in a positive manner. This holistic expression of joy demonstrates that you have a profound and genuine effect on him, evoking a heartfelt response that radiates through his entire countenance. 12. He licks his lips in a cute, not creepy, way. When there is a strong attraction towards someone, the body's natural response includes an increase in saliva production. As a result, he may display certain behaviors such as swiftly licking his lips or gently pressing them together. These subtle actions can be an unconscious indication of his interest and desire, reflecting the physical and physiological effects that your presence has on him. 13. He locks eyes with your face, not your eyes. While one might expect an infatuated man to have difficulty tearing his gaze away from you, the prevalence of constant phone usage has shifted social dynamics. Prolonged and uninterrupted eye contact can sometimes make individuals feel uneasy. Therefore, a new guideline emerges: if he dedicates approximately 80% of your interaction shifting his focus between your eyes, nose, and lips, it serves as a strong indication that he is genuinely interested in you. This subtle yet deliberate visual exploration demonstrates his attraction and desire to connect with you on a deeper level. 14. He takes a deep breath when he sees you. Indeed, it is true that men need oxygen to survive. However, when a man subconsciously takes a deep breath, he tends to pull in his stomach and expand his chest. This instinctive action serves as a subconscious effort to create the illusion of a broader upper body and a narrower waist, which are considered desirable traits from an evolutionary standpoint. In essence, he is demonstrating his attraction to you and attempting to appear more physically fit and appealing in order to captivate your attention. 15. The moment he sees you, he wants to touch you or really look at you. The initial action someone takes upon entering a space can reveal significant insights into their priorities. When he walks into your place, he won't simply settle down without first engaging in a warm hug, a tender kiss, or an extended gaze. These gestures demonstrate the importance he places on establishing a meaningful connection with you and expressing his affectionate feelings. It signifies that he values the emotional connection and desires to create a sense of intimacy right from the moment he enters the room. 16. He leans toward you when you talk. Amidst the clamor of a noisy bar, this particular cue may not carry much significance. However, when he has no difficulty hearing your words and still chooses to lean in closer, it signifies his genuine interest in both your conversation and you as a person. By leaning in, he demonstrates a desire to fully engage with what you're saying, emphasizing his attentiveness and genuine curiosity about your thoughts and experiences. This behavior indicates a deeper level of interest in establishing a connection with you beyond the surface level. 17. He puts his hands on his hips with his elbows out to the sides. Assuming a stance that occupies a larger physical space, with arms positioned away from the sides, is considered a display of male power and dominance. This posture is commonly employed by men to assert their physical superiority over other males. However, when a man adopts this stance in your presence and directs his body towards you, it indicates that he is seeking your attention and validation. By angling his body towards you, he signifies a desire for a connection and interaction, demonstrating his interest in establishing a closer relationship with you. 18. He touches your knee or tucks your hair behind your ear. If he intentionally makes physical contact with you for a seemingly unrelated reason, such as complimenting how soft your pants are, it's actually a way for him to assess your reaction to his touch. Touch serves as a means for him to gauge your boundaries, potentially indicating that his sole interest lies in a sexual context. However, if he genuinely has feelings for you, he might withdraw his touch slowly and accompany it with a warm smile, indicating his desire to gradually deepen the connection between you both. 19. He points his toes toward you. The involvement of feet in the fight-or-flight response, triggered when facing danger, highlights their strong connection to the unconscious mind. Consequently, they can provide significant insights during social interactions. Feet often have a tendency to align with the direction desired by the heart. However, it's crucial to consider the timing carefully. For instance, if you engage in a conversation with a guy who initially appears interested, and then you touch his arm only to observe his feet turning away from you, the context suggests that his interest has waned. 20. He crosses his legs. When a person crosses their legs in a manner that simultaneously rotates their torso and upper body away from you, it could indicate a lack of interest. However, if they cross their legs away from you while keeping the rest of their body oriented towards you, it might simply imply shyness. Nevertheless, it's important to note that the interpretation can vary depending on the individual in question. 21. He shuffles toward you while you're talking. It's quite clear that his intention is to establish a closer connection with you. 22. He talks to you without facing you. Although it could indicate that he is keeping his options open, it's important not to hastily judge a skilled conversationalist solely based on the fact that he engages in conversation with you while seemingly looking elsewhere. If he actively seeks common ground or asks numerous questions, his body language might be a reflection of his personality, particularly shyness, and he could genuinely be captivated by you. 23. He touches his throat. According to Wood, the throat symbolizes both communication and vulnerability. If he reaches up to touch his throat while interacting with you, it signifies his interest in you and concern about making a favorable impression. However, it's crucial to consider the context as well. If you're conversing with someone known to be a player, a throat touch might indicate dishonesty. Therefore, it's advisable to assess the overall situation, observe other signs from the list, and gather more information before offering reassurance. 24. When he holds your hand, he presses his palm against yours. This form of complete hand-holding conveys a strong longing for connection. The same applies when fingers are interlocked. Conversely, if his palm is arched, it suggests fear or the possibility that he is withholding something. 25. He grazes your forearm while he's talking. The message is unmistakable: he desires your attention, whether it's to impress you or ensure that you're actively listening because he genuinely wants his voice to be heard. 26. He walks beside you. If he consistently stays 2 steps ahead of you, it indicates that his focus is primarily on himself rather than on your well-being. Unless he is guiding you through a challenging or crowded area, he should be adjusting his pace to align with yours. 27. He sits side by side with you as often as he can. Even when there is a comfortable armchair available next to your small couch, he chooses to squeeze in beside you instead. At a restaurant with booths, he willingly sits on the same side rather than across from you. This symbolic gesture signifies his alignment with you, being on the same team. 28. he plays with his glass. This behavior can indicate either nervousness or attraction. A caress might imply his desire to make physical contact with you. 29. His voice changes into a slower, sweeter tone. Through this action, he is demonstrating his ability to lower his defenses and be emotionally vulnerable in your presence. 30. He minimizes interruptions and distractions. More than simply keeping his phone aside while he's with you, which should be the basic courtesy expected on a date, he refrains from interrupting your story to make comments about the football game playing behind you or the spiciness of Cajun fries. However, even if he accidentally interrupts you, as we're all prone to do, a genuinely interested guy will promptly apologize and make a physical gesture, like touching you, to actively reconnect with you. 31. He treats your possessions with respect. Even if he goes above and beyond to make you feel like royalty on a first date, it's important to observe how he handles your belongings. Does he casually throw your jacket instead of handing it to you? Does he carelessly take gum from your purse and drop it on the floor? The reckless treatment of your personal belongings indicates the level of respect he has for you, and it can also provide insight into what it might be like if you were to live together. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell, so you don't miss any new facts. Let us know your thoughts about this video in the comments section down below, and feel free to stay and enjoy it until the end. Also make sure to check out our next highlighted video, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.